Hello and thanks for joining me. It's Georgia here and I am starting on the second project for the God's Refrigerator Facebook group, May 2020 Art Retreat. Come join us, etc., etc. Sorry, I don't have the spark tonight. It's nighttime, sorry about the bad lighting, but I think I've told you all about the lighting in this place. Okay, so I haven't really thought through this one. I know in my head the sort of thing I want to make, and I'll be making it up as I go along, so bear with me. And if we have disasters along the way, such is life. So we're making a little journal slash prayer book slash secret holder folio thing. Like I said, it's in my head. So what you need is some lightweight cardstock. Nothing too heavy. You want it thick enough to be the cover of your journal, but flexible as well. So food packaging, your breakfast cereal boxes are great. Scrapbooking cardstock, beautiful. I'm just going to use the cover of this Graphic 45 paper pad. I've used up all the sheets of paper, and I always keep the covers of these because, you know, you can do pretty things with the covers, and there are templates on the inside. But today I'm kind of sacrificing the template because I'm going to just use it as the base for my journal. So you don't have to make yours the same size as mine. Sorry, here comes a big noise. You can make these any size you want, so just change your measurements as you go. This is going to be the sort of journal that's going to have different layers, and they're going to be different sizes anyway, so there's no formula so far. We'll see how we go there as well. Okay, so I'm going to make mine about, yeah, I'll do an exact inchy thing just in case I need to measure something along the way. So I'm going to make mine 7 inches tall. And then it's going to be about 5 or 6 inches across. And you'll see in a second why I say 5 or 6. I'm going to cut this across at 11 and a bit, something kind of roughly. So if I fold it in half, best to just do it and explain as I go, because I can't explain what is in my head. So I'm getting my scoreboard out, and what I'm going to do, and it doesn't matter which side, upside down, whatever, because I'm going to paint over these. So you're going to paint them or cover them or do something to decorate them. So again, it doesn't matter what's on your card. It can be blank. I mean, by all means, if you want to use a card that's already decorated and then you don't need to do anything to it, beautiful. You might want to use just a plain card and leave it plain. I'm going to be painting mine and possibly covering some of them with rice paper. That's the plan right now, but things always change, so we'll see. But the point is, I am covering mine, so it doesn't really matter what's on it. So I am going to score this at 6 inches. And then I'm going to score it at a 1/2 inch again. So that when I fold it over, I have this little folio shape, which hasn't come across straight because my cutter was not on this flat surface. It doesn't matter, that's all right. I'm going to cut it just a tiny bit, because I think it's a little bit too big for my liking. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of that off. So yeah, so I've got this little folio, which the front cover is a little bit smaller than the back. And I've just made this score here so that when I fold it over, I've got a kind of little spiny bit, which, yeah, there's an idea. Not sure how we're going to go there yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to paint the outside, and I am going to paint it as a galaxy. Now, I'm not going to film myself doing that because that's too long and boring. I will put the link below of my video creating galaxies with acrylic paint. So if that's what you want to do with yours, you can jump over to that video, watch the acrylic paint galaxy tutorial and paint yours. Otherwise, paint it however you like. Cover it with your favorite papers, rice paper, napkins, or if you like the card that you've used, you can leave it just like that. It's be a cute little movie memorabilia from, remember the days when they used to make movies? Okay, enough with the jokes. All right, so I'm going to paint that and then I'll come back. Okay, so galaxy painted. What's going to be the outside of this little, I can't call it a journal, let's say, I don't know, a multi-letter something. We'll see. I painted the galaxy on the outside, and on the inside I have just glued a piece of, this is from the Stamperia Cosmos collection, and it's one of the 12 by 12 inch scrapbooking papers. Now, by scoring that line down, half an inch down this spine, I've got this little action going. I think we can see that. So what I'm planning to do is use that as a, I'm sure there's a technical word for it, but the paper's going to slip in under there. And then I plan to, at this point, I think I'm going to use some eyelets through here and thread something pretty through it. So this part then will be holding all my pages in. You could use brads. You could sew. Yeah, looking at you, Lydia. You could just glue them in, actually. Now, there's another idea. I could just glue it, couldn't I? And just leave it like that. Still thinking about that. We'll see. Now, you could put lots and lots of pages in this if you wanted to. You could put lots of pages and turn it into a journal. Now, if you put lots of pages in, please be aware that your little spine bit here is going to be thicker. So you'll need something sturdier. I don't think eyelets would hold lots and lots of pages. I'm not putting lots of pages. All I am using is one piece of paper, and this is actually one of the tea-dyed papers that we made a couple of months back when we were making journals. I'm going to be using that, and I'm going to use an envelope, which I'm going to attach as well, because the envelope will then open up and inside will be my secret letter. And that's all that I'm attaching to this spine. As I said, it's not a journal. It's just a, I don't know, a letter holder? Someone come up with a good name for it. This would be really great. You could use it for lots of different reasons. You don't have to use it the way I'm using mine. If you wanted to send something special to a friend, you could pop a little letter in there. Something, write a verse or a poem or whatever, draw a picture, something, use it instead of a card. You could use it to hold your recipes or your other secrets, but mine's going to be a correspondence sort of thing. Now what I'm going to do is I just want to quickly decorate the envelope, and all I'm going to do is just use a bit of distress ink, and I'm not doing the galaxy thing per se. I am just going to use a couple of colors that I think will go nicely with my background. So I'm using Blueprint Sketch and Fossilized Amber, just because that's what I've got. And I am going to just put down a little bit of ink just to give it some colour. Oops, sorry. Got the noisy bracelet on again. So there we go. And I don't even want to cover the whole thing. Just want to put a smidge of colour on there. Yeah, I know I did it. Can you see it? Never mind. Never mind. It's not really important. It's the contents that matter this time. Well, always, but especially today, this month, this particular retreat. It's the contents that matter so much more than the decorating of the envelope. So that's my envelope, and I am going to just put a tiny bit of the blue around the outside of my paper. And as you all know, I have a lot of secret stuff that goes on, not just in my journaling, but in the layers and layers of my pages. So I was going to ink that, which is going to be inside the spine, silly girl. Yeah, so I ripped the page rather than cut it neatly because that's got some secret meaning there. I don't know if I'm ready to share all these things that are going on in my head right now. So I'm just going to let it be. And if you can see the meaning in the ripped piece of paper, good on you. If you're going, what is she talking about? Don't worry about it. Not important right now. Okay, so this is it. Sorry, just do my usual quick spray and cleaning of the desk so that I don't spread ink everywhere. And what I'm going to do now, and I'll do this off camera because boring, is I am just going to attach those just like this. And what I'm also going to do, I'll do this off camera as well. I am going to, before I even do this, I am going to paint a layer of protection over this because I can imagine the paint not surviving very well if this gets thrown around a bit from one place to another. So I am actually going to use my Tim Holtz Distress Collage medium to paint a layer of that to protect it. You could use Mod Podge, or I'm sure there's all sorts of things you can get from the art shops that will seal. You want something that's a sealer and a protector. So, oh, I'm not using this one. This is the crazy one. I don't want the crazy one. Somewhere here I have the plain one, so I will pull out the plain one and yeah, give that a layer. And then I'll be back. Right, so I had a small change of plans, not too big, but kind of. I painted the outside with the collage medium, so now it's got a sort of almost plasticky feel, and that will protect it for a while. Now I wanted to put some eyelets in, which I did, but I did not want the ugly back of the eyelets to come through the back cover. Ta-da! So what I did was I clipped the page and envelope to the front cover, flush along the spine, and then I used my trusty eyelet setter to poke the holes and put the eyelets in, so that when I then take the clips off, the pages are secured in there with the eyelets. It still has that little fold there. You've got your envelope and page, but the eyelets don't come through the back. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put a bit of glue down here so that the back of the little spine bit sticks, and then we'll have my original plan of just being able to turn those little pages. So I will just A bit of glue happening here. And close that up. Get the clips back on. And oops, look at that. It's okay, it dries clear. It dries clear, so we won't see anything horrible once it's dried. So lots of clips down the spine just to hold it for me while it dries. It will dry pretty quickly. And then I'll put it aside, and once it's dry, we'll have a little talk about what to do next. If you want to do something else to it, I've got a plan. I have half a plan in my head. Back in a little bit. Okay, so the glue's had a chance to dry. And I'm just going to pop these clips off. Now, while the glue was drying, I went ahead and cut some bits of pattern card for the next bit. Now, if you want, you can leave your little booklet as is, with as many pages as you've put in. You could even just leave it like that, keep it as a card, or you can add bits to it, which is what I'm about to do. So I've cut a couple of pieces from my Stamperia Cosmos paper pad, and I've also cut just a tea-dyed paper, a little blank bit, which I'm going to decorate in a second to make it sort of the title. So what I did is I actually started off with this one and measured backwards because I knew I wanted this to be this sort of size. And I cut, that's not what I wanted, oops, sorry. Yeah, this piece, almost as large as the cover, a smaller piece, and then smallest yet. And I also cut a couple of, well, a blank piece, which is going to go on the back of this. And thank you, Kath Townsend. Kat sent me a beautiful little Happy Mail parcel a while ago, and there's a few of these library cards in it, which I have been busting to use, and I thought this is perfect, and it's just the right size to go onto the back of this. And I have a few ideas of what this particular journaling spot is going to be about. So what I'm going to do first of all is just rough up the edges a little bit with my scissors, just for fun. And I'm going to pause the video while I do that because you don't need to be falling asleep watching me do this. Righto, so I've distressed the edges of the two journal flap covers, and I'm just going to very quickly just score down, just a make a little section here that I can glue down so that they can fold over a bit easier. So that's that one. And it's deciding which way around I'm going to put this. I'll go this way around. And just do this one there. So that will just make it a tiny bit easier to flip them over. If I've got a nice crease, you don't need to use a scoreboard. You can just quite easily just fold it yourself. But you know, I've got the toy, so if you've got the toy, use it. So on the back of this big one, I am going to glue the library card. Double-sided tape will do you just as well. So that's ready to get journaled. And on the back of this one, I will glue this little bit of tea-dyed paper. too easy. Put this aside for just a little bit. Put that aside for later. Okay, so this I think I am going to have a bit of a think. Yeah, I think I'm going to put this sort of up the top. So I just put some glue on this little spiny bit that I've created. Make sure that's sort of straight. And just pop that down. This will stick pretty quickly. And then I'm going to stick this one over the top of it. So I don't want the glue to go all the way down because otherwise I'll be kind of in trouble. If it sticks, I don't want it sticking to the cover, I just want it sticking to the flap. So there's like a flap and a flap. So decide where I want it and put the glue only as far as almost the bottom of the flap that it's sitting on. Lovely, so that's a little journal area there, journal area here, so secret journaling. Now this is going to be our little title thing, which we will decorate. Right, so the little flaps are now dry, and all we need is our little title. Now at this point, you don't need to have a title card on it. You can just leave it like this. You could actually use this as a mini album if you wanted to. Put some pictures in here, stick pictures through it. You could put a photo on there. You could use this as your title. You could leave it just as it is, but I'm going to make this special little card, and this is where we are. This is where we find out what exactly I had in mind when I made this little book thing. It's not really a journal. It's kind of a compendium. That was a really big word. Of, okay, serious mode. Of little notes and letters that I'm going to write over this weekend while we're retreating. So during the off-camera time, I distressed the edges of the little title card. Wrote my title because, yes, I found this. She changes the subject. I found this in my Christmas paper stash, and I thought, yeah, this is just perfect. I need to put this on the cover because this is, I guess you'll call this the therapy book. This is this weekend's therapy notes. Here we go. Okay, she said it. It's out there. So I'm quickly going to glue this down. It gives all your girls time to clean the coffee, tea, or whatever it is that you were drinking and spat all over your work surface when you laughed at everything I just had to say. So just sticking that down, and while it dries, I'll quickly decorate this. So I'll just oh, I forgot to mention, if you have a corner rounder, I rounded these corners. I just have a an old, really old Creative Memories one, which is half blunt, and you have to like smash with your fist for it to cut cleanly. Yeah, if you want your rounded corners, go right ahead, or leave them right angle, whatever, it's all good. Just grab something nice and heavy to pop on that while it dries. Okay, so I'm going to, I'm just using the Faded Jeans Oxide ink here, and I'm just going to ink around the edges. I'm doing it again. Oh dear. One day I'll learn. Don't wear your jangles when you're crafting on the glass mat. And I'll just, I don't want too much ink on it, but having said that, she inks half of it. Can't help myself. That's okay. Just blend it in a little bit. All right. So I will quickly do my usual cleanup. Sorry, I just caused another earthquake, I think. And might even put the lid on the glue. Wouldn't that be a good idea? And I have some just cotton twine. And I'm going to measure, let's see, how many times will we go around? Probably 3 times. So cut a bit of that. And I have just found in my stash something I put away a while ago and never used, these Ken Oliver embellishments, which are little typewriters and envelopes with I love you notes in them. And I thought, how perfect for our little love letter secret journaling retreat. So I'm not sure which one I'm using just yet. I might use both. See how that goes. So I'm just going to grab a bit of washi tape and stick the back. This is why I wrote the script earlier, so I would know how much space I have. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, what happens if, bear with me because I'm making this up as I go along. I'm just going to thread this. These are great because they've got little thread holes in them. Haha, because they're charms. Georgia, you're so silly. I'll move this up a little bit. And just threading this through a bit because it was looking a little bit boring. What if we put the typewriter as well? Too much? Too much. I don't like it. Take it away. Yeah, I think I'll just leave the little letter. So pop that, and I'm going to washi tape that on the back as well. That moment when you lose the edge of the washi. And just making sure that's nice and tight. Oops. There we go. So now, we just stick it. And I might use some foam tape. That might be fun. Use a bit of foam tape to give it some dimension. I could use dots, but I'm going to kind of go to town with it and put lots and lots of tape because this is going to get carried around a little bit, and I don't want this coming off. I'm going to get thrown around in my bag. So I'm going all the way around, wasting my foam tape. It's great that you can buy stuff wholesale. Yeah, there we go. Look, washi tape hanging over the edge. We better cut that off. Alrighto. Just popping that down like this, I think. I think that makes me happy. And now I'm going, oh, it needs something else. So I wonder, I know it doesn't go with the space thing, but what if we put a flower on there? Just because I've got this newly opened packet of the Graphic 45 Staples flowers, which I'm really liking at the moment. And they're a bit fat though. I don't know. I like them, but they're incredibly... Oh, can you imagine what will happen with the journaling if I have a flower on here? That's why I should always, think. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to just leave it like this for now. Most likely at some point over the weekend, I'm going to come across something in my stash that is perfect for the cover. And in that case, I will add a picture to the group event during the retreat and say, hey, look what I ended up adding onto the cover. Oh, one other thing, in that packet of Stamperia Cosmos paper, one of the sheets had a whole lot of cutouts on it, and I cut out this little bit which I thought would be perfect to stick on the envelope. Stars can't shine without darkness. Because something's going on at the moment, and it's going to get written up and popped into this envelope. Not really going to talk about it right now. I might go all TMI in the group during the retreat, maybe, we'll see. But I thought this would be absolutely perfect on the envelope. Okay. So at some point I'm going to find the perfect paper to pop in here. And otherwise, I think, this is going to drive me crazy. Perhaps at some point I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the back of this so it stops running around everywhere. Because every time I move the cover, the little envelope goes flying. So for now, I am done for now. So the therapy book, I'm calling mine. Call yours whatever you like. Might be a journal, might be an ideas book, might be a prayer journal, might be notes to a friend. And yeah, see, drive me nuts. Okay, and note space, more note space. You could add some more. You could put something here. Inside cover, I'm actually thinking of perhaps putting a little notebook in here. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see. Envelope for, be it secret journaling or notes or pictures or cards, anything special you want to keep. More journaling space, and that's all I'm going to need at this point. I've got nothing on the back, I've just left it as is. Okay, so that's it. Our second project for the God's Refrigerator May 2020 art retreat. I hope you all join in. I'd love to see what you create. And yay, come over to the Facebook group and join us there. Comment below and let me know if you've joined in, and I would love to see your take on these little booklets. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Just a quick little add-on. I ended up, the desk has gone white. I'm just preparing for tonight's Facebook Live that we'll be doing, and I thought I should clean the desk. So in doing that, I got rid of the glass mat, gave that a clean, cleaned the desk, Ended up cleaning half the room, as you do. But I did go back and I ended up sticking those flowers onto the cover. And I put a little bit of lace down the bottom as well. I know it's going to be a bit of a pain when I get to journaling, but totally worth it. And I know flowers aren't a space thing, but it needed something, and I love the colours of these. So that is the finished cover. And inside in the envelope, I found the perfect note paper just in my stash. I think this is from an old Bo Bunny set when they were making the little mini albums that came with paper and special pages. But this was actually from a baby collection. But I thought it was perfect. And I was going to cut it down to size and just make a card to just fit in the envelope. But I have a feeling that I might be needing the whole page, back and front. So I'll be journaling on that sometime during this 3-4 day retreat. And the super secret journaling that is going on that will be going into my envelope, which I could even seal. I might even end up sealing the envelope. That's how secret journaling we'll be getting. But we're going to talk about that in our Facebook Live session tonight. So there you go, all finished now, decorated. Now I think I'm happy. It really needed something there. That's it, perfect. Okay, now I'm really going. I seem to say that every video. Now I'm really going. Okay, thanks again for joining me. Bye.